about Hawaii thus far. And one of the things that he had said and she agreed upon was...
The people and the food.
What kind of food specifically?
The Loco Moco.
The Loco Moco. And then Marty went on for about 4 or 5 minutes talking about how great Loco Moco was.
Greatest thing ever.
Now, if you've never been to Hawaii, and that includes me, Jordan, you ever been to Hawaii?
I have been. I have not had Loco Moco, though.
Not yet, though. Not yet. So this is the way radio works. This is radio in a nutshell, and this makes me very, very proud. And this restores my faith in this medium of AM radio. So Marty talks about how much she loves Hawaiian food, having just gotten back from there, and Loco Moco, and she and Manti Teo are talking about Loco Moco. And a local advertising agency hears it. Thank you for listening. Cordero and Davenport. Good to this radio station, good to this show over the years. And they have a client who specializes in Hawaiian food. It is called Daybreak Island Grill, 2296 Bacon Street, which is in Ocean Beach. So they hear about this, and what happens? What happens here today? Somebody described the scene here in the studio that changed over about the last 10 minutes or so. Would you like to describe what's going on in the studio for the last 10 minutes, or do you have your mouth full? Because I'm the only one that's expected to speak now. You two are taking the first half hour of the show off.
Thank you. It's very nice of you.
Yes, it's very nice of me, and it's very nice of Daybreak Island Grill. So if you're out and about and looking for lunch today, let me just say I haven't had a chance to pick up my fork and dig into this, but I am looking at French toast banana bread. I am looking at more than enough Loco Moco, and it all looks wonderful. Homemade barbecue sauce, et cetera, and et cetera, and et cetera. Have you had a chance to sample?
I took a quick bite.
And?
Delicious.
Did you feel like you were magically just transported back on vacation from 2 weeks ago?
Still on vacation.
Is the stress, or has the stress been alleviated?
No.
No? Okay.
It's amazing. All of a sudden, Marty with a smile to start the show. I like it.
Right. All of a sudden, you hear the sounds of the islands, and she's very, very happy. So, thank you very much, Daybreak Island Grill. We appreciate them stopping on in. We appreciate everybody who listened. And you should go on out there and you should sample it. And Marty will be reviewing that over the course of the afternoon, assuming that she ever stops eating. By the end of the show, she'll probably gain about 4 or 5 pounds. But as she reminds you more than enough, she runs like 17 miles every single day. So it'll be off in no time. All right, let's begin the show here at 12:05. I think there's one obvious place to start. Actually, one thing I should have added on the tail end of the conversation about our lunch today. Were we expected to tip? I know this has become a big national topic here with Drew Brees in the last couple of days about what to do with takeout orders and what you're supposed to do when food gets delivered. Have you been paying attention to the saga of Drew Brees being accused of being a lousy, cheap tipper? A $3 tip on a $74 bill? I thank him for clearing that up, because as somebody who's worked in the service industry, I've often felt very, very awkward in that situation.
I thought all the goofball stories were going to go away once training camp began and we had bigger distractions to worry about rather than what someone tips.
No, I don't think so. This is the world we live in now, Marty. This really is the world in which we live now. This is about Johnny Manziel being tossed out of frat parties in Austin. This is about Riley Cooper being caught on somebody's cell. This is now what this has become to a certain extent. This is about Drew Brees. Did he not? This was discussed on the Today program earlier this morning. I'm not kidding. It was. I saw it while I was trying to exercise a little bit. So I found some humor in that, since that happened right here in Del Mar. I'm being serious, because I've worked in the service industry, and I know you are trained to look right at that line that says tip with the dashes on it. You're trained to look at that. So I always wonder what the protocol is. Having done that for years, I always wonder what the protocol is on takeout and on delivery. And I'm glad Drew Brees squared that away, that it's only $3 on $74. Did you know that? Do you tip when you get takeout?
Always.
How much? More than $3?
Depends on the size of the order, Darren.
All right, $74 bill.
I'm not going to do math right now.
Do you go more than $3? Do you think $3 is
on
appropriate?
$74?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
On a takeout order?
Yes.
So you think Breeze is cheap?
I didn't say. Don't put words in my mouth, Darren.
What about on delivery? Should we have tipped the fine folks from Daybreak Island Grill?
Depends if they impose a delivery charge to begin with. Then the tip is less.
Okay. And what about when you go out to a restaurant? Let's assume that you pick up the bill. Let's say you go Dutch.
Over tip if it's a good meal.
I always go 20%. Always go 20%. Never in my life have I given less than 15%. And again, that comes from being in the service industry. And I wouldn't want somebody to blog what a cheapskate I am, because I kind of am vain that way.
Because you might end up on Deadspin.
Yeah, boy, that's like my biggest fear, is to end up on Deadspin. And our good friend Corey Brock knows exactly what I'm talking about.